Voyagers of the infinite loop. A soft hum filled the endless darkness of space. Stars twinkled like distant lanterns, but one small spacecraft floated silently among them. Inside, two figures stirred. Elara opened her eyes first. She was young, curious, and always asking questions no one had answers for. "Where are we?" she whispered. Next, Kael opened his eyes. Calm and steady, he always looked at the bigger picture. "I think we're not anywhere," he said. His voice echoed softly in the empty cabin. The spacecraft, called the Aeon, was small but advanced. Its walls glimmered with light, and screens floated in the air, showing unfamiliar stars and strange patterns that shifted like flowing rivers. Elara touched one of the screens. "These stars, they are moving in a way I've never seen before." Kael nodded. "It's as if space itself is alive. Or trapped in a loop." A sudden flash of light shook the cabin. The ship tilted, and alarms sounded. Elara grabbed Kael's arm. "What's happening?" Kael steadied the ship. "It's the infinite loop. I've read about it. A place where time bends, and reality circles back on itself." Elara's eyes widened. "A loop? Like we're stuck forever?" Kael didn't answer immediately. Instead, he looked at the view outside. Through the thick glass, the stars seemed to swirl, forming patterns too perfect to be natural. A faint voice whispered in his mind, one he did not recognize. "Find the beginning. Find the Voyagers." The Aeon's navigation system blinked. Maps of galaxies and star systems appeared, forming a glowing web. But there was one place at the center that pulsed with light. "That's it," Kael said. "The heart of the loop. Whoever made this, left us a path." Elara frowned. "But the map keeps changing. Every time I look, it's different." "That's the loop," Kael explained. "It doesn't follow normal rules. Time, space, they fold here. We might repeat things, but each repeat is slightly different. Clues hide in the patterns." Elara leaned closer, tracing a line of stars with her finger. Suddenly, the lights dimmed, and a holographic figure appeared. It was neither human nor machine, but something in between. "Welcome, Voyagers," it said. Its voice was soft, melodic, yet it carried the weight of centuries. "You are chosen to navigate the infinite loop. To find the path, you must first understand the circle." Elara and Kael exchanged glances. This was no ordinary journey. They were stepping into something that had trapped countless travelers before. The Aeon drifted closer to the glowing center. Space around them shimmered, as if reality itself was bending. Suddenly, a massive wall of light appeared. It wasn't solid, but moving toward them felt impossible. Kael studied the controls. "We can't go around. We have to pass through it. But it will test us, our fears, our memories, our choices." Elara took a deep breath. "Then we face it together." The wall approached. Elara felt herself pulled into visions, memories of home, laughter, and losses. Kael saw himself as a child, alone in a vast empty field. The light whispered, "Only truth opens the path." Together, they realized the key was not strength, but honesty. They admitted their fears aloud. They admitted their dreams aloud. The light pulsed, then parted, forming a bridge of energy. Elara smiled. "We did it. We made it through." Kael nodded. "But this is only the beginning. The infinite loop, it will grow harder, stranger. We must be ready." The Aeon moved forward, deeper into the loop, toward stars that had no names, planets that should not exist, and mysteries that would challenge the very idea of reality. As they drifted, the ship's sensors picked up signals. Strange messages repeated over and over, voices of travelers who had entered the loop long before. Elara listened to one, a faint whisper. "We lost ourselves, but we left a clue." Kael studied the signals. "These echoes, they might be the key. Perhaps others have walked this path before us. Perhaps they guide us, or warn us." Elara frowned. "But if the loop traps people, do they ever escape?" Kael didn't answer. He was busy decoding patterns, trying to see through the layers of repetition. The infinite loop was vast, endless, yet somehow structured. Somewhere within it, a center existed, a point they had to reach. "And when we find it," Elara whispered, "will we finally understand why it exists?" Kael glanced at her. "Or maybe, why it never should." The Aeon surged forward. Stars twisted. Time shimmered. The infinite loop waited. And the Voyagers, daring and small, moved closer to a truth that could either free them or trap them forever. The Aeon moved deeper into the infinite loop. Stars stretched and folded, creating impossible shapes. Some looked like glowing spirals. Others resembled vast, floating towers of light. Elara pressed her face against the viewing panel. Kael, I've never seen anything like this. It's beautiful and terrifying. Kael studied the navigation controls. Every star here seems alive. They react to our presence. The loop, it isn't just a place. It's a consciousness. Suddenly, a cluster of stars formed a shape. It looked like a giant key, glowing in golden light. Elara gasped. Is that a clue? Kael nodded. Perhaps. The infinite loop gives us hints, but only if we notice them. We have to follow the signs carefully. As they approached the key-shaped cluster, the Aeon sensors detected movement, something large, massive, and alive. A figure emerged from the stars. It shimmered like liquid light, changing shape constantly. Sometimes humanoid, sometimes like a giant serpent of starlight. Its voice thundered in their minds. Who dares enter the infinite loop? It asked. Elara's heart pounded. We are Voyagers. We seek to understand, to find the center. The Guardian laughed, a sound that echoed across time. Many have said the same. None have reached the heart. Kael stepped forward. We do not seek to conquer. We only seek to learn. Let us pass. The Guardian's light swirled around them. Then prove your worth. Face the reflections of your soul. Only truth can pass the infinite loop. Elara and Kael exchanged a glance. We're ready, they said together. The Aeon entered a strange zone. Stars faded, leaving only darkness, yet in that darkness, reflections of their lives appeared. Elara saw herself as a child, laughing in a garden she no longer remembered. But shadows lurked behind, failures, regrets, and fears she had long buried. Kael saw visions of his family, lost to time, and choices he had avoided making. Every reflection challenged him, whispering doubts. You must accept yourselves, the Guardian's voice said. Only then will the path open. Elara reached out. I forgive myself. I forgive my mistakes. Kael took her hand. I accept my fears. I will not let them control me. Light enveloped them. The reflections dissolved, and a path of shimmering stars appeared before them, leading toward the glowing center of the loop. Elara smiled. We're moving forward. We're really moving forward. Kael nodded. But I can feel it. The loop isn't finished testing us. There's more ahead. The Aeon approached a massive gate, made entirely of shifting memories. Scenes from countless travelers appeared. Triumphs, failures, joy, and sorrow. Every memory was alive, moving and changing. Elara touched the gate. It's everyone who ever entered the loop. Their lives, their choices, all of it is here. Kael studied the patterns. The gate doesn't just show memories. It judges them. We must offer something of ourselves to pass. Elara thought of her parents, her childhood dreams, and the friends she had lost. Kael thought of his own past, the decisions that haunted him, and the people he had let down. They focused their energy, pouring memories into the gate, not to erase them, but to honor them. Slowly, the gate began to open, revealing a new corridor of stars, brighter and more alive than anything they had seen. Elara, look, Kael whispered. The loop is responding to us. Elara grinned. We're not just Voyagers, we're part of it now. The corridor led them to a labyrinth of light. Every turn echoed with voices, memories of travelers who had lost themselves in the loop. The walls shimmered and shifted, making navigation nearly impossible. Kael studied the map. The labyrinth, it's not random. It's a test of perception. We have to listen, not just look. Elara closed her eyes and focused. The voices of past Voyagers whispered hints. Some warned of danger, others offered guidance. Slowly, they traced the path, avoiding dead ends and traps. Suddenly, a shadow moved. A traveler's echo had become hostile, a lost soul trapped in the loop for eternity. It lunged at the Aeon, threatening to tear the ship apart. Kael activated the shields. Hold on. We can't let it touch the ship. Elara concentrated. She reached out with her mind, trying to connect with the echo. We're not enemies. We can help you. The echo hesitated, then dissolved into starlight, leaving behind a glowing fragment.
Elara picked it up.
This is a piece of the path forward. Kael smiled. One step closer to the heart of the loop. The Aeon continued, moving deeper into the infinite, mysterious realm.
Stars twisted. Time shimmered.
And the Voyagers pressed on, determined to face whatever the loop had waiting for them. The Aeon drifted into a strange expanse where stars flowed like liquid. Streams of glowing light twisted and turned, forming what seemed like rivers in space. Elara pressed her hand to the viewing panel. It's like time is a river, and we're floating on it.
Kael nodded.
The infinite loop doesn't just fold space, it folds time itself. We could be moving forward, backward, or sideways all at once. A sudden ripple passed through the river. Scenes of past events, both theirs and others, flickered in the currents. Elara saw herself as a child again, running through fields she had long forgotten. Kael saw echoes of travelers who had tried and failed before them. This is dangerous, Elara whispered. If we get caught in one of these currents, we could lose ourselves.
Kael tightened his grip on the controls. We have to follow the flow, not fight it.
Let the river guide us, but don't let it control us. The Aeon moved carefully along the glowing currents, twisting and turning through fragments of time. As they navigated the river, the stars around them began to whisper. Soft voices floated through the cabin, telling stories of lost worlds and forgotten travelers. Elara covered her ears.
It's too much.
I can't focus with all these voices.
Kael closed his eyes. We don't need to hear everything. Just the parts that matter.
He concentrated, tuning into the faintest signals. Slowly, a pattern emerged, a rhythm hidden in the whispers, guiding them toward the next part of the loop.
Elara followed his lead.
I hear it too, a path forming. The Aeon shifted course, gliding through the whispers. Each star seemed to nod, approving their progress, while others murmured warnings. They realized that even the stars were alive in this place, aware of travelers, testing their intentions. The river led them to a planet unlike any they had seen. Its surface reflected the stars like a mirror, and the sky above was filled with shifting constellations.
Kael landed the Aeon carefully.
A reflective world. Everything here is doubled, including ourselves.
Elara stepped onto the surface.
Her reflection in the mirrored ground moved independently, acting out fears and desires she hadn't faced. Kael noticed the same with his reflection. This is a test, Kael said. The loop shows not only what we are, but what we could become. They had to confront their reflections. Elara faced the versions of herself that gave up, the ones who let fear control her. Kael faced the parts of him that were selfish, distant, or afraid of commitment. By acknowledging these hidden selves, they weakened the illusions. The mirrored planet began to shimmer, revealing a staircase of starlight leading upward.
Elara smiled.
Every step we take, we understand the loop more.
Kael nodded.
And every challenge makes us stronger. As they ascended the starlight staircase, the Aeon's systems began to behave strangely. The ship's controls flickered, and the instruments showed impossible readings. We're entering a zone of pure thought, Kael said. The loop can bend reality using our minds. Elara felt a wave of dizziness. Images of her past, her fears, and her hopes spun around her. She saw herself losing Kael, failing the mission, and being trapped forever.
Kael reached for her hand.
Focus.
We control the ship.
Not the loop. Together, they concentrated, shaping the Aeon with their thoughts. The walls of reality stabilized, forming a safe path forward. The infinite loop, Elara whispered. It's not just a place. It's alive, it knows us.
Kael looked at the swirling stars outside. And it tests us.
Every step we take, every thought, every fear, it watches and reacts. But so far, we've passed its trials. At the top of the starlight staircase, they found a massive gate. It was not solid, but made of shimmering light, pulsing like a heartbeat. Symbols of countless civilizations and travelers glowed on its surface. This is the next challenge, Kael said. A gate of choices. Every decision we make will shape what lies beyond. Elara studied the symbols. Some represented bravery, others fear, others hope. We can't just guess, we have to choose carefully.
Kael nodded. And we must choose together.
If our intentions are aligned, the gate will open. They placed their hands on the gate. The light pulsed, responding to their combined will. Moments of doubt appeared, visions of failure, of paths where they separated, of traps that could destroy them. But together, they focused on trust, hope, and unity. The gate responded, its light growing brighter and brighter until it split open, revealing a passageway that stretched beyond the limits of sight. Elara whispered, "We made it, the path forward."
Kael looked ahead, eyes wide. "The heart of the loop, it's just beyond this."
"But I feel, the greatest challenge is waiting." The Aeon glided forward, entering a realm of unimaginable light, where the infinite loop's true nature was about to be revealed. The Aeon entered a space filled with dazzling light. Stars swirled in every direction, forming vast arcs and spirals that seemed to pulse with life. Time felt different here, minutes stretched like hours, yet events seemed instantaneous. Elara shielded her eyes from the brilliance.
"It's overwhelming. I've never seen anything like it."
Kael adjusted the controls, keeping the ship steady.
"This is the heart of the loop.
Every traveler reaches this point eventually, but only a few understand it.
And understanding it changes everything."
A soft, melodic voice echoed through the ship.
"Welcome, Voyagers.
You have come far, but the final trial begins now."
Elara and Kael exchanged a glance.
"We're ready," they said together. Though a small part of them quivered at the unknown before them, figures appeared, glowing, translucent, and ethereal. They looked human but carried an otherworldly presence. Each one shimmered with light from countless stars. "We are the echoes of those who have entered the infinite loop before you," said the lead figure. "We guide, we warn, and we judge. To proceed, you must understand the loop's purpose."
Elara stepped forward.
"We've faced trials, illusions, reflections, and choices.
But why does the loop exist?
What is its purpose?"
The lead echo's light deepened.
"The infinite loop is a mirror of the universe. It tests those who seek knowledge, strength, and wisdom. It shapes reality, reflecting the choices and intentions of those who traverse it. Only those who understand themselves can change its course."
Kael nodded slowly.
"So, it's not just a trap.
It's a teacher.
But also a judge."
"Yes,"
said the echo. "And your next choice will define not just your fate, but the loop's future." The Aeon moved forward into a corridor made entirely of mirrors. Each mirror reflected different versions of themselves, some heroic, some fearful, some cruel. Elara touched one mirror. "These aren't just reflections, they are possibilities. Every choice we make creates another version of us." Kael studied the reflections.
"And the loop sees them all.
It watches, learns, and reacts.
We can't ignore who we could become."
As they advanced, the mirrors began to shift, showing not only their possible selves but possible worlds, planets that never formed, civilizations that never existed, lives that were never lived.
Elara shivered. "It's too much.
How can anyone survive this?"
Kael held her hand. "By focusing on who we truly are."
"Not what we could be, or what we fear to be, but what we choose to be." They pressed on, each step strengthening their resolve, filtering through the illusions and finding a path that resonated with their true selves. At the end of the mirrored corridor, they found a field of stars suspended in empty space. Each star glowed with a different color, and lines of light connected them like a massive constellation puzzle. Kael studied the patterns. This is a map of the loop itself. Every path, every trial, every echo, it's here."
Elara examined the stars. "But how do we solve it?"
"There are too many connections, too many possibilities."
A soft vibration came from the Aeon's controls.
"The loop responds to intention," Kael realized.
"We don't have to solve it logically.
We solve it with our hearts, with trust and unity." They reached out, touching the stars with their minds, feeling the flow of energy between them. Slowly, the constellation shifted, forming a path that pulsed brighter with each step they imagined together.
Elara smiled.
"We're making it move, we're shaping it."
Kael nodded. "The loop reacts to our choices.
And I think it's ready to show us its true heart." The path led them to a massive sphere of light. It wasn't solid, but radiated energy that seemed alive. Every color, every particle, every sound of the infinite loop converged here.
"This is it," whispered Elara.
"The heart."
Kael stared in awe.
"It's beautiful, but I feel its power. It's overwhelming."
The sphere pulsed and a voice resonated inside their minds. You have come far, Voyagers. You have faced your fears, your choices, and your reflections. But now, you must decide. Will you continue the loop, or will you break it? Elara and Kael exchanged a look. Break it? Elara asked. Kael nodded slowly. The loop is infinite. It traps travelers, teaches lessons, but also confines. If we break it, we free everyone. But the cost, we don't know. The heart pulsed faster, as if waiting for their answer. Time slowed. Stars twisted. The infinite loop itself seemed to hold its breath. Elara took Kael's hand. We've come this far, together. Whatever happens, we do it together. Kael squeezed her hand. Then let's choose freedom. The sphere's light blazed brighter than anything they had ever seen, swallowing the Aeon, the stars, and themselves. The Aeon was enveloped in the sphere of light. Every particle of the infinite loop seemed to swirl around them, pulsating with power beyond comprehension. Elara's heart pounded. Kael. I feel everything, the lives trapped, the echoes, the possibilities. It's like the loop itself is alive. Kael nodded. It is alive. And now it's asking us to make the biggest choice of our lives. Do we continue the loop, or do we break it? Elara closed her eyes, remembering every trial, every reflection, every echo. If we continue, more travelers will get trapped. More will suffer, repeating the same challenges forever. Kael's voice was calm but firm. And if we break it, we don't know what will happen. We might lose ourselves. Or the loop might fight back. But we have to try. For everyone. Together, they reached out, placing their hands on the core of light. The sphere responded, pulses of energy surging through their bodies. The infinite loop shuddered. Stars twisted violently, and space itself rippled like water. The echoes of past travelers cried out, some in fear, some in hope. Elara whispered, it's resisting, it doesn't want to end. Kael gritted his teeth. Then we must be stronger. We have to show it that freedom is possible. They focused their will, imagining the loop dissolving, imagining trapped travelers freed, imagining a universe no longer confined. The Aeon trembled under the immense energy. Then a wave of light burst outward, washing over every star, every memory, every echo. The infinite loop screamed, a sound that was both terrifying and beautiful. Elara held on tight. Kael. I think, it's working. Kael's eyes glowed with determination. Keep going, just a little more. Suddenly, silence. The light receded, and the Aeon floated in normal space again. Stars were still, galaxies uncurled into familiar shapes. Time felt linear, stable. Elara blinked. It's over. We did it. The loop, it's gone. Kael exhaled deeply. We actually broke it. We freed everyone trapped inside, every traveler, every echo. On the viewing screen, faint shapes of travelers appeared. They weren't echoes anymore, they were real, moving freely through space. Smiles, tears, and laughter filled the void. Elara laughed, tears streaming down her face. We did it, Kael. We really did it. Kael smiled, though exhaustion showed in his eyes. The infinite loop was never meant to last forever. It was a test, and we passed. With the loop broken, space seemed to breathe. Stars glimmered more vividly, galaxies flowed naturally, and time felt gentle, unbroken. The Aeon drifted peacefully, carrying the Voyagers through a universe reborn. Elara looked out at the stars. It feels alive. But not trapped. Not controlled. Free. Kael nodded. Freedom isn't just the end of the loop. It's a chance to create, explore, and learn without boundaries. Elara smiled. Do you think we'll ever see the echoes again? Kael looked at the stars. Maybe. But now they have their own paths. Just like we do. The Aeon moved forward, leaving the remnants of the infinite loop behind. The Voyagers felt a sense of peace, a feeling they had never known before, the freedom of a universe without limits. Elara leaned back in her seat. Kael, we've seen wonders no one else could. We've faced the impossible and won. Kael smiled softly. And the universe is bigger than the loop ever allowed us to imagine. Endless possibilities, waiting for us. Elara laughed. Then let's keep going. Let's explore it all. Kael nodded, eyes on the stars ahead. Together. Always together. The Aeon glided into the vast expanse of space, carrying the Voyagers toward new adventures, toward mysteries yet unseen, toward worlds uncharted. The infinite loop was gone, but the spirit of exploration, courage, and hope lived on. And somewhere in the universe, echoes of the infinite loop whispered softly, not in fear, but in gratitude for the Voyagers who had dared to change everything. The Aeon drifted silently through the vast expanse of freed space. Stars no longer shimmered with tension, but glowed warmly, flowing naturally across the cosmos. Time felt gentle, steady, and continuous. Elara pressed her hand against the viewing panel. It's different. Everything feels alive, but not trapped. Kael nodded. The infinite loop shaped the universe before. Now, it's free. We've changed its story. The Voyagers sat quietly, absorbing the magnitude of their achievement. After everything, the trials, reflections, and endless challenges, they had reached a universe where possibility was limitless. Elara sighed. I wonder, will the travelers we freed remember us? Kael smiled softly. Perhaps some will. But what matters is that they are free to choose their own paths now. Suddenly, faint lights appeared in the distance. The Aeon's sensors picked up signals, echoes of gratitude from the freed travelers. Elara tapped the screen. They're reaching out, thanking us. It's incredible. We actually made a difference. Kael studied the signals. They aren't just thanks. They're stories, warnings, lessons. Every traveler has learned something from the loop, and now they can share it. Elara's eyes sparkled. It's like, we've started a ripple of change across the universe. Kael nodded. And it's only the beginning. The loop may be gone, but the lessons remain. Every being can now move forward without repeating the past. Elara walked to the observation deck, staring at the stars. Kael. I still can't believe we did it. From the first test, the mirrored planet, the river of time, all of it led here. Kael joined her. It wasn't just luck. It was courage, trust, and understanding. We faced the loop, not just the universe. And we won. Elara smiled. Do you ever wonder, what would have happened if we hadn't made the right choices? Kael looked at her with calm certainty. We might have failed. We might have been trapped forever. But we didn't. And that's the point. Every choice matters. Elara took a deep breath, feeling the freedom of the universe around her. Then let's promise, no matter what, we keep exploring. We keep learning. We keep helping wherever we can. Kael nodded, a smile touching his lips. Always together. The Aeon soared toward a cluster of vibrant stars. Nebulas swirled with color, planets spun with life, and distant galaxies shimmered like jewels. The universe felt boundless. Elara gazed ahead. Look at it, all of it. So many worlds, so many possibilities. Kael adjusted the controls. And they're waiting for us. New mysteries, new civilizations, new lessons. The loop is gone, but exploration is endless. Elara laughed softly. Then let's go see them. Let's meet the unknown. The Aeon glided forward, cutting through the stars, carrying the Voyagers into uncharted space. They were no longer just travelers, they were pioneers, witnesses to the rebirth of the cosmos. As the ship moved further into the depths of the universe, Elara and Kael reflected on the journey they had survived and the worlds they had saved. Elara whispered, Kael, we changed everything. We broke the cycle. We gave the universe freedom. Kael took her hand. Yes. And now it's up to all of us, everyone, to honor that freedom. To explore, to learn, and to live without fear of repetition. Elara nodded. The infinite loop taught us courage, trust, and unity. Lessons we can carry forever. Kael smiled. And the universe, it's waiting for us to write new stories. Together, they looked out at the endless expanse of stars, hearts filled with hope, minds ready for discovery, and souls ready for the infinite journey ahead. As the Aeon glided through the now free universe, new signals appeared on the navigation screens. Strange energy readings, faint pulses from distant star systems, and whispers of civilizations untouched by the loop. Elara leaned forward. Kael, look at this. These signals, they're like messages from places we've never imagined. Kael studied the readings. These are unexplored worlds. Some may be thriving civilizations, others might be natural wonders. And all of them are untouched by the infinite loop. Elara's eyes lit up. Then our journey isn't over. It's only beginning. We've freed the loop, but now we can explore the universe itself. Kael nodded. Exactly. We're voyagers, but now we're also guardians of freedom. Wherever we go, we carry the lessons of the loop with us. The Aeon approached a planet bathed in green light, surrounded by floating crystal formations. Sensors detected life forms, sentient beings unlike any the Voyagers had seen. Elara adjusted the ship's landing controls. Kael, are we ready for this? First contact. Kael smiled reassuringly. We've faced the infinite loop together. This is just another adventure. We observe, we learn, and we respect. That's all we need to do. The Aeon landed gently. The beings approached, curious but cautious. They shimmered like living gemstones, their movements graceful and synchronized. Elara stepped forward. Hello, we come in peace. We are travelers of the stars, explorers, and friends. The beings responded with harmonized tones. Though their language was not human, a sense of understanding passed between them. The Voyagers realized communication could go beyond words, it could be shared through intention, trust, and presence. As the travelers spent time on the planet, they learned from the crystal beings. The civilization had developed wisdom over millennia, living in harmony with their environment, understanding energy, life, and the cosmos. Elara whispered to Kael, they remind me of the infinite loop, but without the suffering. Their knowledge is open, shared, and free. Kael nodded. The loop taught us lessons through challenge and struggle. But freedom allows learning without fear. Both paths shape growth, but one uplifts instead of trapping. The Voyagers realized that breaking the loop was not just an act of liberation, it was a chance for life across the universe to thrive without limitation. Back on the Aeon, Kael projected a holographic map. Stars, planets, and civilizations illuminated the space around them. Trails of light marked their journey so far, and new pathways stretched into the unknown. Elara traced a glowing line. Every path we take, every place we explore, it's connected. The universe feels alive. Like it's waiting for us to write its story. Kael smiled. And we will. But this time, we do it with care. With understanding. The infinite loop taught us that choices matter. Now, every step we take is mindful. Elara nodded. Then let's go. Let's see all of it. The universe is endless, and we're ready. The Aeon's engines hummed with energy, carrying them forward into the unknown, toward discoveries, wonders, and stories yet to unfold. As the Aeon drifted among the stars, Elara and Kael took a moment to reflect. Elara said softly, Kael, when we first entered the infinite loop, I was scared. I didn't know if we'd survive, or if we'd ever find our way back. Kael smiled. I know. I felt the same. But fear is part of exploration. Courage comes from facing it, together. Elara nodded. And now, the universe is vast and free. We have infinite paths to follow. Infinite worlds to see. Kael took her hand. And infinite adventures ahead. We are voyagers, Elara. Voyagers of the infinite universe. Elara laughed. And no loop can ever trap us again. The Aeon surged forward, leaving a trail of starlight, carrying the Voyagers deeper into the boundless universe, where every star, every planet, and every life form held stories waiting to be discovered. The Aeon floated through the stars, the universe now vast, free, and full of possibilities. Nebulas shimmered in colors unseen before, and galaxies stretched endlessly, each hiding mysteries yet to be discovered. Elara stood at the observation deck, gazing at the infinite horizon. Kael, it's incredible. We've seen wonders we couldn't have imagined, and yet, there's so much more. Kael joined her, his hand on the railing. That's the beauty of the universe. It's endless. And now, with the loop gone, No force can hold us back. Elara smiled. The infinite loop tested us, shaped us, and taught us everything, but the real journey begins now. Kael nodded. We carry the lessons of courage, trust, and unity. Every choice we make, every life we touch, it matters. As they traveled, the Aeon received signals from across the freed cosmos. Beings of all kinds, those previously trapped in the loop, sent messages, images, and sounds of gratitude and celebration. Elara touched one signal, a shimmering image of a smiling traveler from a distant galaxy. Kael, they remember us. Even if just a little, we've made a difference. Kael studied another. And not just them. Every civilization, every being, now has the freedom to grow, explore, and create without fear. Elara's eyes sparkled. The infinite loop wasn't just a trial, it was a gift in disguise. It prepared us to shape the universe with care and understanding. Kael smiled. And now the universe itself is our canvas. Endless possibilities await. The Aeon approached a cluster of vibrant, uncharted worlds. Planets teeming with life, oceans that glowed under alien suns, and mountains taller than any they had seen. Elara laughed softly. Every world is a story waiting to be told. Every star hides secrets we've yet to uncover. Kael adjusted the Aeon's course. And we'll find them, one by one. Together. Elara leaned back in her seat, feeling the thrill of exploration and the peace of accomplishment. The infinite loop is gone, but the spirit of adventure lives on. Forever. Kael nodded. We are Voyagers, Elara. And this is just the beginning. The universe is infinite, and so is our journey. Elara looked at the stars, remembering the trials they had faced, the mirrored planet, the river of time, the heart of the loop, and the countless echoes of travelers past. Kael joined her. Every challenge, every fear, every choice, it all led us here. To freedom, to discovery, to the endless horizon. Elara smiled. And the infinite loop, it will live on, not as a trap, but as a memory. A story that reminds us of courage, unity, and hope. Kael squeezed her hand. And we will carry that story into every star we visit, every world we explore, every life we encounter. Elara looked forward, eyes shining. Then let's go, Kael. Let's explore the infinite universe, together. Kael smiled, heart full. Together, always. The Aeon surged forward, engines humming softly, as stars streaked past like rivers of light. The Voyagers gazed ahead, hearts filled with hope, wonder, and the unshakable knowledge that they had faced the impossible and emerged stronger. The universe stretched endlessly before them. Worlds waited to be discovered, mysteries waited to be unraveled, and adventures waited to be lived. Elara whispered, the infinite loop may be gone, but the journey, it will never end. Kael nodded, eyes on the horizon. Because we are Voyagers, of the infinite universe. The Aeon glided onward, leaving trails of starlight, carrying the Voyagers into the endless cosmos, where every star, every planet, and every life held stories waiting to be told. The universe was free. And so were they.